Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening. Okay, for those who is meeting me, actually we already have third class right now. Okay, since last week is Idul Adha, so we have public holiday and you meet me for the fourth time today. And for topic 2 is about market segmentation. Alright, and then as you can see from this here, okay, market segmentation, topic objective. Okay, what's with market segmentation? Okay, in a simple word, market segmentation is defined as the process whereby you are segmented a certain market according to maybe demographic variable. Okay, what is example demographic variable? For example, using like in here you can see the picture between women and also men. So women and also men is categorized as gender. So we can segment it and there's different of the target market according to the segmentation, different segmentation according to gender, according to the income, according to the taste, according to the personality, according to age, okay, generation, lifestyle. So it's many more. So after this, we will go deeper. Okay, what is the market segmentation? And as you can see from here, this is about topic objective. Okay, under topic objective, after studying this topic, the student should be able to, number one, we will define the market segmentation, and then we explain the basis for the segmentation. What is the base, maksudnya basic lah, and then the third one, identify the criteria for effective targeting market segments, and the last one, discuss implementation segmentation strategies. Okay, so what is market segmentation and targeting? Okay, you remember or not, previous class I told you about STP, segmentation, targeting, and also positioning. Okay, so this is all about. Okay, so we will learn about the segmentation first. Okay, definition of the market segmentation and targeting: the process of identification of distinct segments within a given market or population, evaluation of each segment marketing potential, selections of the segment to be targeted, and the creations of the marketing mix for each target segment selected. So when we're talking about the process of identification distinct segment with a given market or population, meaning to say you have a difference of segmentation. Segmentation meaning to say you differentiate, you membahagikan dan juga meletakkan satu bahagian population tu kepada group-group yang tertentu. Okay, they put into subgroup. Okay, and the evaluation of each segment marketing potential, dan kita akan evaluate, menganalisa setiap segmen yang mempunyai potensi untuk marketing, untuk pemasaran, and the selection of the segment to be targeted, and also the certain segment yang untuk kita target, untuk kita cuba. Kan cuba. Target ni untuk yang kita kenal pasti, yang kita hendak kita target lah. And the creations of the marketing mix, okay. Maybe you should remember what's mean marketing mix, okay. Marketing mix is categorized as 4 P's. Okay, we have product, price, place, promotion for each target segment selected. Okay, alright. So we moving on to why segmentation is necessary. Kenapa segmentation process is very important? Kenapa ia penting? Kenapa ia perlu ada? Okay, so of course, when we talking about segmentation, if you see your fingers here, your fingers also have a different height and also weight, right? A different size and different height. So number one, consumer needs the differ. Okay, hook by crook, the consumer needs the different, and the different makes the consumer become very unique. Okay, and we have to bear in mind the differentiation makes the colourful of life. Ya, gitu. Bila berlakunya banyak perbezaan, okay, sebenarnya perbezaan tu mencantikkan dalam satu kehidupan tu. If everything is same, for example, if the height of our fingers is only just one size and then one state, okay, I believe that we can't even eat rice with our own fingers and hand. Because why? We need some like this, right? Okay, in order to make it that we can, yeah, hold our rice and put into our mouth. Okay, so consumer needs a different. That's why segmentation is very necessary. And the second one, differentiation helps the product compete. Of course, if the product is just standardized product, there is no uniqueness. There is no novelty. Tak ada kelainan. Is everything same and we look like uniform school, for example, kan? Warna sama, baju sama. So there is no different. Okay. So that's why when they have differentiation, actually the company as, yeah, the manufacturer and the supplier is competing each other in terms of the design, the features, the functions, the color, the packaging. So everything might be goes into sense. And the third one, segmentation helps identify the media, because when we want to locate in terms of, for example, segmentations for the gender example, okay, so if the gender, we have to look into that what kind of the gender. We can hear maybe the media we using radio, for example. We can hear the voice of women. We can hear the voice of the man. And at the same time, when you use the television, for example, television advertisement, it might be more visualized and people, we can see that this is woman, this is a man. So the media helping a lot in order to do the segmentation. All right. So what is positioning? Okay. I like to use the words like when we're talking about positioning, it means like we position a certain product and services, and to make sure that we position the product and services into the heart and mind of the customer. So as you can see from here, from the text, it's been stated, the positioning is the value proposition expressed through the promotion, stating the products or service capacity to deliver the specific benefits. Example of the positioning. Okay, positioning statement, everyone can fly from Asia. So it shows like everybody have the affordability to fly. To fly meaning doesn't mean that you become a bird, but in here talking about you are flying using their airline services. So to say that their services is a reasonable price, offering is reasonable price, and compared to Malaysia airline system, it might be more cheaper. It depends because why? Because Asia they have a lots of the hidden costs. And after all, then you calculate, yeah, it's almost same with the Malaysia airline system cost flight details. Okay, so it depends on how maybe you favor on to use the flight from Asia, or maybe you are um preferred to use Malaysia Airlines system services. So it's up to you as the customer, because you want, number one is to have satisfaction and to make sure that you gain the benefit from their services. Okay, and second one, maybe I can give example in terms of the positioning. um how the way that when talking about unloving it, okay, this is from McDonald. So every around the world know what's mean love, right? Love is something like everybody is about positive, it's about love, it's about something like people respecting each other. And I believe when they encouraging in these kinds of I'm loving it, it doesn't mean that have some negative vibe in here. It's about positive. So when we're talking about the positioning, it's something like to make some when people using, can I say using, no, people maybe preferred on this kind of what we call instant food, okay, like McDonald's fast food example. So it can actually encouraging on love. This is what been said, because it gives some sense of the family gather together, eating together, mom giving some food to the children, even though the mom is not cooking, okay? And you realize or not during the festival, maybe if there's during Hari Raya, they use like the models is using like baju kurung, using like baju Melayu, is showing that the festival celebration be celebrated in Malaysia. If during Chinese New Year they use like cheongsam, okay, if yeah, during Deepavali they use something like kurta and so forth. So this is how they mirroring something like positioning to make the people remember of their product and services. Okay, and then we moving on to the second basis for the segmentation. Okay, when we're talking about the basis of segmentation, we are talking about one, two, three, four, five. There is a five factors in here. Okay, number one, we're talking about demographic. I told you just now. What does mean demographic? Demographic is something like it's related with demographic, our background, our personal like our personality. Example like age, gender, income, taste and preferences. So this is involving demographic. Okay, maybe I say demographic is age, income, okay, and then education, okay, level of background, okay, and then geodemography is referring to where is the geographic that located, and it's also referring whether you let's say in Malaysia, whether you are in the north region. North region is representing like in Kedah, Penang, Perak, and then maybe in south region, okay, maybe we have like Malacca, and then we have like Johor and Negeri Sembilan, or maybe we have like in the west region, for example, like in Sabah, Sarawak, and maybe we have in central region, we have Kuala Lumpur, we have Selangor, and then maybe we have in north, south, west, east region. Maybe we have like Kelantan, Terengganu, Pahang. Okay, so this is geodemography. Okay, so basically when we're talking about segmentation, even in Malaysia, we have a lots of the geodemography itself. How the way maybe the foods, okay, the dish being prepared by them. If you compare between the east region, like Kelantanese, and then also compared to the like North region in Penang, they would be totally different. Okay, all right, and then we have personality traits. We are talking about how does the traits is referring to in terms of their attitudes, their behavior. Okay, and we can see that, okay, in terms of the personality also influence on how we want to do the segmentation. For example, maybe the personality traits more on the people who are like to be have minimalist. No. Minimalist is under lifestyle. Okay, for example, personality traits is for those people who like um individualism, okay, to be like privacy, to be their own. Okay, so most probably this kind of people, they like something like easy going for them, personal privacy. Okay, if let's say they want to buy a house, they'll make sure that the house is to have the privacy and secured compared to the other one. Okay, and if we like personality traits like more on groupism, you like maybe the house is nearby to your neighborhood and they're helping each other, know each other. And I can give you example like individualism, they preferred, for example, apartment, condo, certain residents that have private home, compared to like in groupism, they mostly more on like to be in one residence and in one kita kata taman, okay, because they have many people around there helping each other, because nowadays people are more on their privacy life, right? Okay, and then lifestyle, we're talking about maybe like some people, they more on minimalist. Okay, they are more on simple life compared to have a very wealthy, prosperous. It's very good to have the wealthy and prosperous life. Sometimes to be more minimalist is much better. And maybe the lifestyle is more like going to doing something like involving in sports, okay, activity. Example, you are playing futsal, okay, you are playing football, or maybe you do some hiking. So the segmentation and all the things that you bought, okay, you buy, sorry, not bought, you buy, okay, mostly probably related to your lifestyle. Let's say your lifestyle, maybe you go for hiking, so of course you buy those, the boots, the shoes, the all the what we call a jacket, okay, everything related to something like your camping bag, and everything is in the package, okay, because your lifestyle is being segmented like that, okay. And the social cultural, we are talking about how does you can actually rely on the certain like in the cultural itself, okay. For example, maybe in terms of the culture of in Malaysia, totally different. Maybe the culture in China, and the China also will be totally different compared to Japanese. Okay, and Japanese will be totally different in terms of the culture in Western Europe. So they have their own basis for segmentation. Okay, so we see for the first thing is demographic segmentation. Okay, this is the element under demographic segmentation. We do have age. Okay, umur lah. Gender is about jantina. Marital status is about your status of marital, status perkahwinan. And then we have family life cycle, whether you are in like, for example, single, married, and then you divorcee, or maybe you have separated, or maybe you have together with yeah, during your husband and wife all together. They have the certain stage, maybe at the last stage, maybe they go for decline stage, like your PLC curve, like product PLC is referring to product life cycle stage, for example, like introduction, growth, maturity, and also decline stage. So for the family life cycle, when you're talking about the decline stage, mostly we are talking about at the end of the life, okay, whereby the baby boomers, okay, do have the oldest, later we learn this one, the older generation, they do have only between with either of their wife or husband, maybe leaving this world slowly, okay, fatality lah, kita kata kematian ataupun die, maybe in terms of their health, okay, condition, or maybe it's the time for them to go. And the last one, we have income, education, and occupation. We are talking about how does demography in terms of income, pendapatan, okay, education, okay, dari segi pendidikan, and also their occupation. Because from this, especially if I say income, education, and occupation, mostly like in the banking sector, this is what how does they segmented into their customer, into the difference of their segmentation. Okay, why they said so? Okay, number one, because income, because the high education you have, the high of the income, and you will get a good occupation, good job. Okay, it depends, but this is the mostly theoretical basic that we should know. Okay, when you have a good occupation, you will get when you have the good education, you will get good occupation, and you will get a good income. Okay, I think that my eyes is getting smaller and smaller, right? I'm so sorry. Astaghfirullahaladzim. Okay. All right. So we're moving on to the next one. Okay. Okay, consumption specific segmentation basis. So this is how in terms of consumption ni penggunaan, okay, according to the segmentation basis. Okay, number one, we have usage rate, kadar penggunaan, okay. Example, when we talking about usage rate, okay, for social media ataupun during COVID-19, the usage of technology, internet is boom up, okay. Kadar penggunaan internet ketika COVID-19 mendadak tinggi. Okay, I hear some audio here. I hope that please to mute your audio. Okay, all right. So usage rate, okay, according to some sources, but I don't remember, but I think like the Star saying that during pandemic COVID-19, okay, the usage rate for the internet usage is very, very high. Because why? Because people are living and stay at home. So they do nothing. So what they do some Googling, searching, and the internet will become one of the most prominent factor in this era, okay, in this kind of situation, okay. And the usage situation, okay, I might say we can relate also with the usage of the internet, but I like to use like telecommunication industry. What we do is most probably, okay, during at night, okay, maybe I should ask the foreign students regarding the difference between the usage situation during at night phone call compared to the day phone call, because according to some of the sources saying that during day, okay, the spending or expenses towards a call or telecommunication is more expensive compared to the usage situation at night. Okay, when at night, mostly the student when they are studying at a far away from his family, for example, like your brother's Nigerian, or maybe like we have Bangladeshi, right? We have some friends from another couples of country. They feel that they miss their family so much during this COVID-19. So what they do, they choose to call their parents at night. Okay, so when you use these night services, mostly the spending or the payment of this telecommunication is very very cheaper. And then I Allah subhanallah, sorry, I think that quite sleepy. I'm talking but I'm sleepy right now. My eyes is like getting smaller. MashaAllah. Okay. And then we go with the third one, benefit segmentation. Okay. When we're talking about benefit segmentation, we are talking about how does a certain product giving the benefit segmentation to you. For example, okay, I give some example to those the women, okay, women and men. You realize or not, in a certain mall or you go for a certain shopping complex, they are very, very good in terms of to have security for the woman consumer. When mostly the woman consumer with family, they bring the children when they're doing some grocery spending and expenses, right? So when they do bring the kids, and mostly the car park is very far away. So I believe that maybe all of you know, when you go to Milawati Mall at the car park space, for those women with the family, they will have a car park nearby to the elevator and also the escalator. They make it nearby compared to like the ordinary or commonly customer. The reason in terms of the benefit segmentation is for women, and the parking is being colored with the pink color. It's same white. An example like a pink coach, okay, like by KTM, okay. So pink coach is a specifically segmentation for a woman customer, woman passenger, compared to use the normal coach, because the normal coach probability to have something like sexual harassment cases is rapidly happen. Okay, so what they used to do is by having this benefit segmentation to have like special for women, okay, special for men, for example, right? So it gives some benefit to them. And the next one, we have perceived brand loyalty. Perceived brand loyalty meaning to say certain segmentation basis, it based on the brand of loyalty of the customer. So when they already stick to one brand, they wouldn't move to the another brand. The reason because they feel very comfortable. Okay, maybe we have fan of loyalty, for example, Telekung Siti Khadijah. Okay, for those who do not know what's been Telekung, for non-Muslim, this is something like the praying clothes for the women, right? So for example, they use like Siti Khadijah brand. So once they feel that satisfaction using this brand, so they will use it forever. Okay, and it gets some perceived brand loyalty towards that. And compare for those who are maybe non-customer, non-consumer that using non-brand Siti Khatijah, but they still also, Masya Allah, I'm running out of time, 10 minutes more. Okay, so when we're talking about this brand loyalty, most probably, okay, this kind of consumer, they already have some sense, feel comfortable. So do when certain of the customer, they feel comfortable to use certain brand name. I can say like a shoes brand name that giving some comfort and also healthy to your knee. Example like Medifit, okay, Medishoe, the shoes will be equipped with the medication. For those who having problem, maybe they are standing a long time, like us, right? Like teachers, lecturers, but nowadays due to this MCO time, okay, and RMCO time, so there will be like more or less we are standing, but we have to, yeah, still lecturing on like this, huh? And then we have brand relationship. We talking about how does the brand really have a strong relationship with the segmentation, because when we talking about segmentation basis, we talking about how does this brand can give some convincing enough to the customer to be used. Macam mana dia boleh menggambarkan satu hubungan satu brand tu kepada customer, because the customer already have this brand loyalty, so automatically the brand relationship will become more stronger. You wouldn't replace to the other brand because you already loyal to this brand, so the brand relationship become more stronger. Okay, we moving to the next one, social cultural values and belief. So under sociological we have equals to group, and the next one we talking about anthropological. Anthropological is more on cultural, okay, cultural value and belief, and then include the segment based on the cultural values, subcultural membership, and also cross cultural affiliation. Okay, so what is sociological? Or sociological is according to the group. So we talking about how does a certain value and belief they have belief towards this sociological. Okay, why? Because in terms of how they can make grouping into their values and belief. Example, maybe certain of these consumer, they are under belief of do you know what's mean PPIM, Persatuan Pengguna Islam Malaysia? Okay, so for those the Muslim consumer, they've been victimized by a certain of the company who are doing fraudulent. They do some cheating while doing the business transaction. So this group of NGOs, PPIM, will represent for them Muslim consumer in order to have this sociological, because we're talking about the group believe when you are standing alone, people not support you, but when you stand many, okay, you stand alone but you're joining the many of the supporters, automatically this can become more powerful, okay, because you are talking based on the group voice, not individual voice. And then anthropological, we're talking about cultural. So when we're talking about cultural, we are talking about how does one culture have a different in terms of the value and belief, okay, because we are talking about budaya. Budaya yang berbeza dia mempunyai pendekatan yang berbeza. Dan seperti macam harga yang tempat yang sama tetapi harga yang berbeza. Trivago contohnya kan. Okay, I'm so sorry Sudah, because Masya Allah, my eyes cannot be open, Masya Allah. Okay, and then we have the next one. Okay, include segment based on the cultural value, nilai-nilai budaya, subcultural membership. Okay, so nilai budaya ataupun cultural values is based on how does you look into one of the culture different from other. Example, maybe a certain of value and believe that, okay, example like we have in the Chinese belief, they believe on the yin and yang. Yin means that the white spirit, and the yang is a black spirit, for example. So if you compare to the other culture, for example Muslim culture or maybe Indian culture, they don't believe the yin and yang. So what I'm trying to say in here, in terms of the segmentation, we know Chinese mostly they believe on these cultural values like yin and yang. They mostly this white spirit is giving the white good things, good positive thing to you, but negative vibe is something like giving like negative value to you, okay. And then subcultural membership, or certain of the membership might be oblique by the certain of the association, so they based on the subcultural, okay. Maybe I can come up with like, if Malaysia, they we are not too um prevailing in terms of our cultural differences, because we only have like Malay, we have Indian, we have Chinese, another ethnicity, and also others. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you all is the subcultural membership according to the culture which one they want to representing to. Budaya sub culture yang mana mereka menjadi membership ataupun ahli-ahli. Contoh I remember if let's say like in a certain of university before, they have like Sarawakian groups, okay, Sabahan groups, and then we have like Semenanjung. But I don't remember that Semenanjung they have something like the long name, right? For those pelajar-pelajar Semenanjung, something like that. So that is accordingly to the subcultural membership and cross-cultural affiliation, meaning to say from one culture to the another culture you have some affiliation. Okay, maybe give that some example. Okay, maybe some cross-culture between maybe I can take like this. Okay, I think like maybe I take like value and belief, right? For example, like um okay, in terms of the cross culture affiliation, some said when you are drinking, okay, do you know Zam water is purifying for water, right, from the Holy of Mecca. So some said cross cultural affiliation, when we drink a drink, you should stand up Zam water, Zam drinking water, compared to mostly probably that we learn that when you are drinking you should sit on your seated. But due to this cross cultural affiliation, drinking Zam is more afdal. When we used to drink is by stand up, because it's direct from our mouth direct to our body, inserted in our body directly. Dia masuk ke dalam badan kita secara terus. Itu Miss boleh cakap dari segi kepercayaan lah. And maybe like our belief also, like a Muslim, why we praying, we have to go and we have to show with this kiblat, okay, or Kaabah, because we are not actually praying by performing in front of the Kaabah. Okay, it's not saying that the Kaabah is our good, no, but our heart and belief, our personal value and believe that we are in the centers of the Kaabah, and we try to please our God by more actually, yeah, more better if we are praying, we are looking into this kiblat, because our kiblat is the Kaabah itself. So I think that I should stop right now. Actually I at slide 9, and looking into the time right now, I have around 1 minute more left, less than 1 minute. Okay, so I hope that any explanation today, you will shoot your inquiries and in group WhatsApp. I still inshallah by this week will put all the names, okay, whatever the names that be given to me, the latest update by today to Neo, and then you can log in and register, and then you can see many actually the thing I already put inside there. You can have like explore skills using Neo. Okay, without further ado, thank you so much for today. Okay, and I hope that everybody take care yourself, okay, and have a nice day. Till meet you again on next Thursday. Same time, same day. Don't forget to subscribe Miss Noorsyalina channel on YouTube. Inshallah. Okay.
Okay, madam.
Thank you,
Alright.
Miss.
Baik, madam.
Madam,
Bye.
about attendance?
Thank you,
Our
Miss.